Hey everybody, so I got a request from Jennifer, and she wants me to react to Bob Hawke, the People's PM. It was a ABC News, I guess, conglomeration. Let me read what she says. She goes, "This is news highlights about one of Australia's former prime ministers and the general environment in Australia in the 1980s. Less globalism and more of the people. I met him once at the local supermarket. Good bloke." All right, man. So I don't know a lot about Australian politics. I don't particularly follow it in the United States either. I mean, I vote just like everybody else does, and then I go and mow my yard, or take out the trash, or just do normal stuff. I don't get wrapped up in like a lot of people get wrapped up in politics, but 99.999% of the time, anybody that makes a political comment on my channel, I won't even respond to it, because I don't want to. That's not what this is about. This is just about just us being global, and you guys teaching me things about Australia, y'all learning stuff about me, and we just leave our politics, because people have different opinions and ideals out of it, and some of them can get really, really harsh, and I don't want that to be. I mean, I can start a political channel, but it's not going to be this one. This is just for our entertainment, y'all. So let me bring up. Okay, so here we go with the Bob Hawke, the People's PM.
Bob Hawke could work a room or pub like no other, able to mix effortlessly with everyone from labourers to matriarchs and even swimwear models.
I think Bob Hawke, in my personal opinion, will end up Prime Minister.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think he's number one.
Well, I think Bob Hawke is the man that they really need.
I worked as a builder's labourer. I worked as a labourer on the chain gang and the abattoirs. And that's where I've, in a sense, felt happy.
Hawke, as he was nicknamed, was also fond of a beer, and at university held the world record for sculling a yard glass. Later in life, he was still happy to raise and down a glass to the delight of the masses. But his love affair with the amber fluid came to a self-imposed end when he became Prime Minister in 1983.
Wow.
The larrikin PM, though, shone through. He loved cracking a joke and sport, was a keen golfer and cricketer. He also rejoiced in one of Australia's greatest sporting victories, the America's Cup.
I tell you what, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up today is a bum.
Not long after, during the annual Pollies versus Journos cricket match, a rising delivery deflected into his face, smashing his glasses. It was feared he could lose the sight in the eye, but he wasn't fazed.
How was it, Mr.
Oh, well, I haven't felt better, but it's okay.
Prime Minister Hawke didn't shy from unusual media opportunities, from being a guest of Molly on Countdown to playing himself in the hugely popular TV soap A Country Practice.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me to your party. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to make it or not.
He was also an openly emotional man, weeping at a news conference when his daughter's drug addiction was raised.
You don't cease to be a husband. You don't cease to be a father.
Bob Hawke's knockabout character certainly endeared him to the public, with his approval ratings frequently soaring to over 70%,
Wow.
making him arguably Australia's most loved PM.
Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I don't know a lot about, I don't know anything about y'all's politics. Don't know hardly anything about our politics. But so what I do know is that getting 70%, approval rate is unheard of. It's unheard of in the U.S., and I imagine it's unheard of unless you're in a dictator country where, like, Saddam Hussein gets 100% approval rate. 70% is probably more than I've ever seen or heard of. So it was pretty interesting. So thank you, Jennifer, for the request, and I learned something. And hopefully people that, because my channel is global, I mean, we have viewers in different countries, which is still kind of weird to me because I'm just this Texas guy, man, in my backyard, in my woodshed. And I got people all over the world that will tune in and from time to time and watch me react to things, and it's just a pleasant thing for me. So that's gonna do for me, y'all. Till I see you again, I'll catch y'all down the road. All right, so let's go into the outro, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye now.